What is up, CHFFL? Welcome to the 12th week of our season and the 12th week of me bringing you fantastic video content only worthwhile for the 12 people in this league. Now, week 12 has a couple of very important games for us. I'm calling two of them the game of the week for my predictions. I'm 43-23 on the season. Let's see how I did in week 11 before we get into week 12. I went 4-2. Got my own game wrong, and I got the Swan mini matchup wrong. I had Swan pulling that one out. Important things to note, my upset of Max really helps my playoff picture a good bit. But Brad putting up 165 points also helps his slim chance of overcoming me for the last spot in the anime conference. Marty, 203 points. Great week for him. Got him his $10 for being team of the week just this morning. My parents have been visiting me all week, so I'm sorry for the delay on that, Marty, but congratulations nonetheless. And then Stan taking care of business against Parker. 154, 124, good win for him. On the Swan mini game, Swan losing to Mini does officially eliminate him from the playoffs now because Parker has that head-to-head matchup, and the most he can get back is 2 games at this point. So, this week, in the Fortnight Conference, we have Parker taking on the Risky Reels and Watson Thrills. No consequences for the playoffs there. Same with the Tilted Towers against Salty Springs Spartans. Nothing really important, but the big game is going to be the Dusty Divot Dark Vikings against Keanu's Chug Jugs. Marty and Stan fighting for that first round bye in the Fortnite Conference. So let's start off with Snobby Shores and Risky Reels. I'm going with Parker. He had 57 points from 4 players on Thursday. Gives him a decent start. This game could go either way. Actually, this is a week that I could potentially get less than 3 predictions right for the first time. There's a lot of games that are just toss-ups. But I'm going with Parker in that first matchup. Tilted Towers against Salty Springs. See, Grant could actually win this one. The matchup is decently evenly matched on paper, but I'm picking Swan because it is tradition now that Grant sold his entire team away to pick against him every single week. And the big one, this is one of my 2 games of the week this week. The Dusty Divot Dark Vikings against Keanu's Chug Jugs. Marty won the first matchup, which means if Marty wins this game, he has the tiebreaker against Stan. He's in. Marty is up 1 game right now in the standings. But Stan has a 112-point lead as far as total points goes. So if Stan wins this game, they will split the head-to-head, and Stan almost definitely has the point tiebreaker. So this game almost definitely determines your first round bye in the Fortnite Conference, unless one of them slips up next week. Marty got 36 points on Thursday from Zeke and AP. AP, who I think had to leave the game a couple of times with injuries, but ultimately was okay. Stan only 7 points from Michael Thomas, who was Fantasy Pros #1 wide receiver in PPR this week. That's pretty disappointing. Also for Stan, AJ Green is doubtful. Despite all that, I'm still taking Stan to win this one, and this should be a great game to watch. I just think Saquon and McAfee offer him better chances of getting the huge games than Antonio Brown and T.Y. Hilton do for Marty this week. I could see it going either way, though. Definitely going to be a good one to watch. Next, we're going to move over to the anime conference, where we have My Girly Girly Literature Club taking on Roy in the Super Mario Star Power. Your Thighs in April against Sully or Leonard. And finally, the big one in this conference, Full Metal Alchemera versus Gordon. So we're going to look over each of these games because they each have some significance. Roy against me. Roy's looking to play spoiler. He got 45 points from Amari Cooper on Thursday, which is just great. I'm just so happy for him. And Gurley's on a bye this week. Also just great. I think I'm going to pull it out, though. famous last words. I'm leaning on all my my guys that kind of ride in my flex spot or on the bench. But I think I've got some good running backs in there, and I think I can pull this one out. Roy's top player is really Juju, and Adams can match up with him. So we'll see what happens. As long as there's nothing like another 45-point from somebody like Amari Cooper, I think I've got it. Next, Mark in the Your Thighs in April against Soul Leader Leonard. As I kind of explained already, Brad's not officially eliminated. He needs to win, and he needs to win with a pretty good score. He got 19 from Cohen on Thursday. Mark got 21 from Kenny Galladay and some Kirkwood guy who hasn't scored more than 6 points in a game yet. Plays for New Orleans. I'm taking Brad here. I think hopefully he doesn't score too many points, but with the early points and he just has a better lineup than Mark right now, he should be able to get this win. Finally, my game of the week, second game of the week, the Full Metal Alchemera versus Gordon Smash. All right, so Max is down 2 games, but he won the first matchup, and Wes has to play me next week, which he should win, but I think I could beat him on any given week. Alvin Kamara disappointed for Wes with only 11 points, but for Max, he's missing Mahomes and Kareem Hunt as Kansas City's on its bye. I'm taking Max, though. This is going to be just like the Stan Marty game. Great matchup. It's going to be fun. I looked at the schedules, and I think Max has a little easier schedule for some of his big players. Could come down to whatever the last games being played are. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this is a very thrilling week as we get ever so close to the playoffs. And we'll be in touch real soon. Feel free to like and subscribe and yada, yada, yada. Goodbye.